Okay, let's get right into it. So, when you're out in the field, in my experience, the most important element of survival is knowledge. So, let's have a quick look at that. Books. Books are where I've got 99% of my survival information. This one, SAS Survival Guide, is an absolute goldmine of information. It's literally a few pounds online, and honestly, it'll serve you well. Keep it in the boot of your car, keep it in your jacket pocket, in your bag, wherever. It's pocket size, absolutely brilliant. This goes everywhere with me. This is always in my rucksack. This is always in my camping bag. It's a brilliant bit of information to have. It will cover fishing. It will cover how to boil and purify water. It will cover hunting, skinning, identifying common plants. It will give you a good all-round knowledge on everything you need to know. Furthermore, other books I would recommend is Food for Free. The Collins Gems books are really good. They are good. They're not the most comprehensive or stimulating read for everyone, but they'll do the job. Now, this one I do quite like. It will give you an idea of the sort of plants that are around you. You can see that there. So this one, for example, is covering elder. It will show you how to harvest and pick elder. It will show you how to use the buds, the flowers, the berries. It will give you certain recipes such as Pontac sauce, elderflower fritters. Now this is mainly used for when you're foraging food out in the wild and you're bringing it to a home environment. So it's not the most applicable one, but there are certain recipes in there you can use just purely out there in the wild. The only thing I find off-putting about this book is the introduction, whereby the author has said here, Food for Free was never intended to be a survival manual, and wild plants would not be a very practicable way of staying alive, except in the short term, nor does it include game or other animals and insects apart from seafood. 100% disagree. It's very difficult, absolutely. It's very difficult to have long-term sustainability out there in the wild, especially on foraging alone. However, can it be done? Yes, 100% it can be done. So I feel that's more personal opinion as opposed to fact, but regardless, we'll move on. Mushrooms. Mushrooms is another fantastic book to have. It's very similar to Food for Free, another great Colin Gems one. You can see what that looks like there. So you've got yourself the picture, you've got the various uses and applications, how to, not the uses and applications, how to find the mushroom, the various distinguishing factors. The one thing I don't like about this one and also the Food for Free is that it doesn't cover medicinal uses. Now there's so much that mushrooms or other common edibles can do for you in terms of medicinal uses. Let's say, for example, chicken of the woods mushroom. That has its uses as an antioxidant, an anti-inflammatory. It has its uses in cancer treatment. It's an absolutely fantastic mushroom. But if you're not putting that in the book, then people aren't going to know about it. And if you're in a survival situation where you really badly, desperately need an anti-inflammatory and there's chicken of the woods right next to you, you don't have the knowledge, you're not going to do very well for yourself. Well, that is why I like this book, Foraging for Beginners. It covers a lot of medicinal uses, not for mushrooms, sadly. Unfortunately, where that's concerned, you're going to need to try and find an online source, preferably a book on the subject. The only thing I don't like about this one is that the pictures are in black and white and they're not very detailed at all. Okay? So, pretty unacceptable to release a book in that condition if you ask me. No need for it. However, the medicinal use section, like I said, is fantastic. Let's take burdock, for example. Okay? So under burdock, we've got a description of the plant, where to find it, what part of the plant, and how to eat it. Any warnings, such as other common edibles that can be mistaken for this plant, which is very good to know. The medicinal use, so say for example burdock here, an infusion of the roots can help to produce sweating and boost urination. Happy days. You can also boil the seeds in water and drink a little of the water 2 to 3 times daily to reduce inflammation. Again, Absolutely brilliant information. These things can make the difference between life or death out there. Now, finally, Not Know-How is a brilliant, brilliant book. Now, there's some things that a simple knot will just not suffice for. Bit of a pun bit there, but you know what? We'll roll with it. Let me have that one. So, hanging a hammock. I've used paracord to hang a hammock, but a simple knot will not bear the load of yourself and the hammock. Therefore, knowing the right kind of knot for the right kind of job is essential. They may be boring to a lot of people, but boring gets the job done. So, Not Know-How is a phenomenal book. Now, if you were to only invest in one of these books, that's the one. The SAS Survival Guide. Absolute goldmine of information. Do you know what? I think I've read this book from start to finish at least 6 or 7 times. I've downloaded all of that knowledge into my head as best as I can. It's a phenomenal read. Okay? Take it everywhere, like I said. That is the one I'd invest in if I were you. If you've only got a few pounds, yeah, buy that one. Furthermore, any further knowledge you can get, there is a YouTube channel that I would recommend called Alfie Aesthetics. I've gotten so much of my equipment, my knowledge, some skills just from watching his videos. Really, really good YouTuber. I'll put a link in the description below. Check him out. And Alfie, if you happen to be watching, been a long time fan, really, really like your style, the charisma you put into your videos. And yeah, you've certainly helped me come a long way. Okay, well that about covers it on the knowledge that I possess. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comments below and I'll do my best to respond to you or make a video on this subject. And with that being said, we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.